If you're passionate about YouTube, or maybe you're passionate about something else, but you want to make YouTube videos and show your passion visually, then I got some tips for you. Hello, my name is Kab, and on this channel we talk about financial independence and building your influence using social media. In this video, we are specifically going to talk about what do you need to make YouTube videos all by yourself. I make my own videos, I shoot my videos, I edit my videos. I do not have any editor who helps me. And in this video, we are going to talk about what kind of equipment do you need, how to shoot your video, how to edit your videos, and other tips and tricks that I wish I knew when I was starting out making YouTube videos. We all get fascinated by this fancy equipment used by other YouTubers, but trust me, even if you get best equipment and you do not know how to use it properly, you will still be making crappy videos. So to start making YouTube videos, you need a camera. And even if you don't have the camera, start making videos with your phone. So in my opinion, in 2021, most of the smartphone had really good camera and you can shoot really good video on these smartphones. So you do not need exactly a DSLR or mirrorless camera to start your YouTube channel or start making videos. And I do not recommend to go and buy and invest $1,000 or $2,000 just to start making YouTube videos, because if you cannot make videos on your phone, you will not be able to make videos on the camera. Also, your smartphone camera act as a second camera or backup camera, and sometimes you cannot use your camera, then you have to use your phone. So there is no excuse. If you do not have a fancy camera, you can start off with your phone right now. So I am using Sony a6400, but I upgraded to this camera recently. Before that I used DJI Osmo Plus, but equipment doesn't matter, it's just tool. All you need to show a story which you can do on your phone as well. The second and most important part of any YouTube video is audio or sound. Audio is the key player in making any video good or bad. You can have a bad video with good quality sound, but you cannot have a good quality video with crappy sound. The first piece of equipment that I always recommend to buy, even before your camera, is microphone, because the external microphone can be used with your phone and you can have a really good quality sound, and it's not so expensive. You can buy a good quality microphone or external microphone in $25 or $30. I personally use two type of microphones, one for my camera, which is Rode Video Micro, which is something like this, and this have the dead cat, which really help the sound to clear the wind. And the other mic in studio I use is this Rode anti-USB, which is a really good mic and you can understand by hearing the sound. This is a bit expensive mic, around $250, but I do not recommend to go heavily investing on your equipment at the initial stage. Once you start making money from your YouTube channel, then you can upgrade your equipment gradually. The third piece of equipment that you want to have in your video is light. Usually we have this natural light, and if you have windows in your room, you can go by the window and enjoy the free sunlight and record your videos in sunlight. Even if you're vlogging outside, you have plenty of sunlight and it is very good for you. But if you're recording indoors, you do not want your videos to be darkened and you cannot rely on ceiling lights. For that purpose, you need to create artificial light in the room. So I am shooting indoor and I have to lit up this room. For that purpose, I use one key light, which is Godox SLW60, which is a really good and amazing light. With that, I use 120 centimeter softbox, which divide the color evenly in the room, and it is wireless, which means that I can turn it off and on with one button, and I can increase or decrease the percentage of the light, and I can change the color tone as well. It costed me around $300, but you do not need to buy this light. You can always go on Amazon and buy some $50 or $60 light with a softbox or diffuser, which will help you divide your light and lit your room at the same time. The fourth piece of equipment that I am going to recommend is going to help you in stability of your footage, and that is the tripod or gimbal. If you are vlogging outside, you need to stabilize, and if your camera do not have built-in stabilization, you need a gimbal to stabilize your footage. Nobody wants to watch a destabilized footage. So it is the equipment which can cost you around $25. You can get a really cheap $25 tripod, or you can go and buy up to $6,000 tripod. It totally depends upon you. And again, I do not want you to invest heavily at this stage, because you need to prioritize what kind of equipment you need first. So what I recommend is you can go and buy a tripod worth around $50. It will do the job, which will help you to stabilize your footage and help you to make your videos. So now we are done with the equipment. The next thing I want to discuss is scripting, which is one of the most underrated element of video making process. A lot of people ignore it and then they end up losing a lot of time. Even if you cannot script whole video, you can just point out the major key point and then talk about that topic. So for example, I have written the key point of this video on my notepad on my phone, and I can look around and see if I am not missing any topic. Scripting will save you a lot of time and it will give direction to your video. So do not miss out scripting, or at least outlining your whole video. Obviously, I do not recommend to script your spontaneous vlogs, but I do recommend to include an outline so you can see what you want to talk about, what kind of shots you are going to take, and what to skip. So you can save you a lot of time and you can focus on what you actually want to do. The next topic is one of the most essential topic of video making process, which is shooting the video. Before you are shooting any video, you should know what kind of video you are shooting and what is the purpose of making this video. Also, what kind of equipment are you using? You should know the pros and cons and limitations of your equipment so you can extract best quality video from your equipment. Even before pressing the record button, you should know what kind of frame per second you are using, what is the ISO, what is the aperture, and what is the shutter speed of your video. So you should know all these details, and if you are using any artificial light, you should also adjust your shutter speed according to the light so you don't have any flickers. Once you are done with equipment, the second most important thing is location. So you should know where you are going to shoot your video and what is the requirement of the location. For example, if you are vlogging, you can change your location in any minute or any second. It's not an issue because you are doing some spontaneous moves and the location change time to time. But when you are shooting indoor, you should know what kind of location do you want. Do you want plain location, or you want to show your home, or you want some background just like mine? For example, I am shooting in my studio and I have 3 backdrops and I can change my backdrop at any moment I want. But if you want to show your home, it will bring some personal touch to your audience, and it is very good to show your home, but if you want to. The next tip for shooting video is always shoot more than you are needed. For example, if you want to make 10 minutes video, you have to shoot longer than 10 minutes. So if something bad happens, you have the cushion to cover up that with the extra footage that you shot. We always take A rolls and then B rolls. Sometimes B rolls play very essential role in filling those gaps. So it is very important that you shoot more than you aim for, so you have the extra footage. You can always delete that footage and free up the space. So always shoot more than you want. The next tip is, when you are shooting, always look into the lens of the camera. Do not look on the screen, which are usually flip out screen. So I have a flip out screen, and if I look on the screen, it look like this. But if I look on the lens, I am directly connecting to you guys. So it's really important, the eye contact with your audience, and you should consider your camera or lens as your audience, and you should act normally, right? For example, if you are looking on right side or left side, the eye contact loses and the audience lose the retention. The next step which I am going to discuss is having confidence on shooting videos. So you should have the confidence to face the camera. A lot of people fear camera, and that is where they lose the confidence, especially when you are vlogging in crowd. A lot of people watch you, a lot of people have gaze on you. It confuses the creator and they lose the focus. The moment you lose the focus, audience will go away and there will be zero retention for audience on that video. So you have to be confident on video and you have to focus on your video. Having confidence on camera is not easy. It includes a lot of mistakes and a lot of trial and errors, but you do not have to worry about it. If you are not going to do mistakes, you are not going to learn. So as I always said, that make mistakes so you can learn better and you can make your videos better. The next step which we are going to discuss is editing. Editing is one of the key elements which makes or breaks the video. Although editing is a creative process and it totally depends upon the style of person who is editing. which cannot be taught to anyone. But what we can do is define few basic rules, and if we follow that, and then one day we will have our own style. Do not hesitate to go and watch videos of other creators and copy their style. We all copy someone else's style. We call it inspiration. Copying someone else is one of the basic rule for learning things. When we were kids, we used to copy our teachers, how they write, and then we started connecting dots and develop our own writing style. And same is the case with language. When we were kids, we used to have broken words and we couldn't speak, but with trials and error we made a lot of mistakes and then learned the language properly, and now we can speak and communicate with each other verbally as well as non-verbally. Same is the case with editing. Select a creator that you like his work and break down his work into editing and learn how he edits. Once you master all those skills, then you will be able to make your own style. But of course, I am going to share some tips which will help you kickstart your career as editor, and then you can develop your own editing style. So even before I share some tips, you need to understand that you need a software to edit videos on. I personally use Premiere Pro, which is the product of Adobe, because I am using other Adobe software like Illustrator and Photoshop. Also, Adobe Premiere Pro is one of the most popular editing software among YouTubers. The other most popular software is Final Cut Pro. These both softwares are paid, but you can have DaVinci Resolve, iMovies, and Filmora. These are free software which are available for you, and you can start using that. But you need to understand that once you start learning one software, it will be hard for you to unlearn and start learning a new software from the beginning. One of the most important tips for editing is once you are done with shoot, when you dump your data on your computer, just go through all the footage, watch all the footage and develop story in your mind. And then take all the footage and put it in your software and start cutting the pieces such as long pauses, sounds like or the breathing sound or anything that is irrelevant, and make a clip which is smooth. So remove all these useless sounds and useless footage and keep one smooth footage, and then start editing on that footage. It will help you a lot. So the second tip I am going to give you is when you are changing location or when you are changing frames, always put transition. For example, you are moving from one footage to another footage, then you should put transition to comply it or make it seamless. It is a very small thing, but it is really important and it will help your editing process smooth. Also put transitions of zoom in and zoom out. If I am talking about something very important, just zoom in, and when the talk is finished, just zoom out. So you emphasize on the important topic, like just by zooming in and zooming out. As you are looking at my videos and you notice that I am putting text in my video and it explains a lot of keywords that I am using in this video. So it is really important that you use text animation or simply text in your video so you can explain things. If you can add subtitle, that's really great, but most of time you can use keyword so people know what topic is going on. The next topic which I am going to discuss in video editing is using music and sound effect. For example, if I am thumbs up, I am using a bottle open sound, and if you are looking at different screen, I use the click sound. So these are sound effects and these are free, available on different platforms, and I already made a video on music and sound effect which you can get for free. These are completely free and they do not have any royalty or copyright, so you can just go and watch that video. I'll link down that below, and also I'll put it in the information icon above, so you can go and check out that video. It will help you a lot. I mentioned 3 different free sources from where you can get free music for your YouTube video without any issue, so do check out that video. The last point that I am going to discuss in editing is color grading. So we all color grade our videos, but you can only color grade your videos if you know your equipment well and you know what you are shooting, what color profile you are using. It's something extra that you do not need to do right away, but gradually you will learn that you will need color grading in your videos. So the color pops out, just like you are looking at the yellow color at the back of my video and the green color in this poster. So we pop out these color by using color grading. You can see now my video is without any color. It is just as I took it from camera, and now we put the layer and the color grading is there. So the color grid make that difference which you are looking to pop up the colors in your video, and that you can do when you start color grading your videos properly. Now moving forward in this video, we are going to discuss how to make thumbnail. Thumbnail is not part of video making process, but when you are uploading video on YouTube, you will always need thumbnail. So when you upload video on YouTube, in Creator Studio, YouTube take randomly 3 photos from your clip and ask you to select any one of the photo as thumbnail. But my process is I take few extra pictures while sitting on my desk, or if I am outside in a good environment, in a good location, and then I put some text on that video which incite people to click on that video to increase my CTR. So CTR is a tool of YouTube which measures how much people click on your YouTube video. People can only click on your video if they like your thumbnail and title, because this is what they only see when your video appear in their home page. So CTR level is very important, which can only be increased by thumbnail and title. So I put a lot of work in thumbnail and try to make a better thumbnail time to time. So you should always take some extra picture, put some text which helps people understand what your video is about, and they click on your video. There are a lot of people who are using clickbait thumbnails. For example, they put something which is not in the video, and I do not recommend that because it is not going to help. I always recommend to have really good thumbnails and always reflect what is inside your video. Okay guys, so these were few tips that I wanted to discuss with you, and it might help you. Making YouTube video and going through video making process is not as easy as it seems, and it is really frustrating when you are putting a lot of your effort and the output is not as you expected. But I do not recommend to put all of these tips that I discussed today in your videos from now on. What you can do is gradually increase the quality of your video and started implementing these tips one by one. If your coming video is better than the last video, even by 1 or 2%, you are making the progress. And when after 100 videos, you will look back, you will be 100% more better than your first video. So you need to understand that you keep it slow and you gradually grow. It's not like you make one good video and then make 10 bad videos, because if you start making good videos and putting a lot of effort, it is going to increase your time. And you cannot do that because you need consistency. You need to put out more and more videos. And as it is said on YouTube, perfectionism is the enemy of consistency. So you need to remain consistent and then gradually increase the quality by time to time. The more mistakes you make, the better your videos will get. Okay guys, like this video if you got any help from this video, and comment down your videos links below if you want me to evaluate any of your video. I'll watch your video, I might subscribe your channel, and I will give you feedback on any video you put link in the comment section. And I will see you guys in the next video. See you.